Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Live Inspired Podcast, Monday Morning Moments with John O'Leary. We're calling this one a mother's prayer, and as you listen in, I think you'll understand exactly why. So here we go. I did not want her to talk. You see, back then, I was a nervous 26-year-old wearing an ill-fitted tuxedo, already feeling a bit insecure with all the attention. Having never told most people anything about being burned as a kid, I certainly did not feel like this was the time or the place to change any of that. Definitely not as I knelt down next to Beth, waiting for our wedding ceremony to conclude, a chance to kiss my new bride, to walk down the aisle, and to begin our lives together. But my mom had requested a chance to share a few words at our wedding, and Beth and I agreed to that request. So after the communion service had ended and after the music faded, I heard my mom's high heels approach from the first row. They passed us and they headed toward the microphone. Mom looked at us, she smiled, and she shared a tender blessing for us. I'm going to quote it word for word during this Live Inspired podcast. Here it goes. John, it has been 17 years since that terrible accident that brought you so close to death. During the 5 months you were hospitalized and in such critical condition, your father and I turned you completely over to the Lord with the simple prayer that against overwhelming odds, you would be healed and returned to us. And you were. I'm sure you remember one afternoon toward the end of your hospitalization, you and Dad were alone in the room, and he said, John, everything is going to work out just fine in your life. And you, only 9, responded, that's easy for you to say. You've got a wife, you've got a family, you've got a job, you've got a home. I may never have any of those things. Well, John, through persistence and hard work, you have taken care of the job and the home, leaving only the prayer for the love of a good wife. And Beth, this is where you fit in. As I look at you tonight, Beth, I remain overwhelmed by your beauty, by your humility, and by your grace. You are the person that John has been searching and praying for his whole life. For all those years, Denny and I were also praying for you, Beth. We just did not know who you were yet. You have become the center of John's life as his wife, completing the hope of a little boy expressed so long ago. We could not feel happier or more blessed. And so, Beth, as Denny and I gave John to the Lord 17 years ago, tonight we give him to you. May God continue to bless you both with his grace and his continued presence. We love you. And with that, Mom then walked away from the microphone back toward the front pew as thunderous applause filled the church. So, my friends, as you tune into my voice today, you may be asking yourself, why share this story from O'Leary's wedding ceremony with you now? Nearly a year ago, in the exact same church where Mom offered that blessing that I just shared a moment ago, one of the most beautiful scenes in the film On Fire was shot. The crowd that filled the pews were the exact same family members and friends who gathered decades earlier to witness the same day. The dress that actress Macy McLean wore for the film was the exact dress that Beth wore on our wedding. And the same hope we had that evening that we were married remains the same hope we have for our futures today. Though we live, all of us, in the midst of so much anxiety and so much hardship, where collectively we worry about elections and wars and storms and markets, and individually we wrestle with the unspoken insecurities and unrealized dreams and uncertain diagnosis, the audacity to let go of always having the answers is as critically important now for us as it was decades ago for our family. The decision, my friends, please hear me, the decision to faithfully move forward in life, confident that the best is yet to come, will not alleviate the struggles for this day or the challenges that lie ahead. It will, however, provide the courage to face them and the defiant hope to continue forward together. I want to thank you, as I always do, for not only being part of our wedding celebration, my friends, on this Live Inspired podcast, but for being part of our Live Inspired podcast community. As we head into the last months of 2024, we are currently making the final edits to the film On Fire, and we are seeking the right partner to help us with the film's distribution. Though we won't know the exact date of the film's release for another short while, we continue to work with the conviction that although none of us know what tomorrow has in store, there is good reason to be certain that the best is yet to come. So family and friends, hang on. I'll give you more updates as we know more. But for this time and until next one, my name is John O'Leary. Today is your day. What a gift this day is. In spite of the headwinds, choose to recognize the foundation is firm and the best is yet to come.